And we're live and in effect back once again, like vertebraes on the morning run. Time to get yours in. Wake your sup and let's go on. What you waiting on? Let's get the run in. No matter where you're tuning in, whether it's Dukes the Scoop, Big Dog Chico, or the pregame show, y'all know what it is. It's the morning run. Biggest Dog Chico to the sea and the place to be, coming to you live and direct from the middle of the ocean. That's Pacific. That is my main man, Uncle Neely, with the Tougaloo College hat on. What's happening, Unc?
It's all good, fam. It's all good in the hood. I like that. Take it back like vertebrae. I like that one. Yeah,
Shout
we
out to
go back on
Outkast,
rock.
Big Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh now. Hey man, shout out to the chat checking in. Valerie Cleveland from Arlington, Texas. Got Kendall Jones from the Yay area. Where it's scarier. Talking about San Fran, Oak Town. Jasmine Neely checking in. Oh, she said, be sure that the beard oil is still 30%. See, y'all thought I was drinking last night. Yeah, with the reminder. Chico.
Oh, no.
Chico, let me tell you something, Daddy.
The link is in the top of the chat, too, just in case everybody want to know. The link for the Uncle Neely's beard oil and your 30% off is in the top of the chat. Just scroll up and click on the link right there.
Chico?
Yes, sir.
7 days, 7 ways, baby. We 7 days away from the start of spring ball.
Ooh.
Prime move just March 10th. So Monday, March 10th. Next Monday, right about now.
Let me set it up. Let me set it up. Let me set it up. So we have breaking news. We have official news right here that you can't find anywhere else. I would bet that. But right now, there has been an update to the start of spring football for the Colorado Buffaloes. And Uncle Neely has the floor to let you know.
Yeah, man. Coach Prime got to looking at the schedule, wanted to do some things more advantageous because we go about 2 weeks and then get cut off with spring break. And, last year you experienced when you come back after spring break, you kind of have to start over. And so to maximize things going into the breaks, I wanted to make sure we get some more practice days in out of that total of 15 practices that you were allowed, including the spring game. So instead of starting on Tuesday, March 11th, practice in the first team meeting, now we'll be on Monday, March 10th. That's 7 days away, Chico. We'll be coming live from Boulder next Sunday night, March 9th, as we get back there. And then, of course, the morning runs all throughout that week. We'll give you practice updates, player interviews, coaching interviews, updates of what's taking place in the program, all the way to what the players are eating and to that how they meeting and greeting. Oh, now.
Oh, now. 1 week away, 7 days. So players listening up out there, don't be like I once was and like, okay, now it's time to get ready. Now it's time to take workout serious. You're going to be behind the 8 ball, dog. You're going to be getting smashed out there. Get your mind right. Your mind should have already been right with Coach Swayze in them. At this point, it's time to go. If you're trying to get ready now, it's too late. It's like if Coach Prime has a 7 a.m. meeting, what time are you supposed to be there, Unc?
If it's a 7 a.m. start,
yeah,
he'll be in that chair 6:45 because he ain't gonna start at 7. He's gonna start it early.
Exactly. So there you go. You guys thought that spring practice was gonna start on the 11th. Well, it started on the 10th. Just like in Coach Prime meeting is gonna start earlier than what you expected. So you should already be ready. Like sugar free, in the words of the great philosopher from the West Coast, from the area of Pomona, California. He once said, if you stay ready, you won't have to get ready.
He ain't lying.
That's all I'm saying. Shout out to Sugar Free.
Shout out to Sugar Free. I'm going to tell you this, man, about Sugar Free and being sucker free. One of the challenges with spring ball, because I hear you, Chico, and I think with Coach Swayze, these guys are going to come into football practice in practice shape. But what inevitably happens, because you've gone through strength and conditioning, and then you're going to have about 2 weeks of practice, it's that week after spring break that gets you out.
Yeah. Well, it can get some people if they decide to, if you want to be of that lifestyle of, man, I'm finna go to spring break in Pensacola, Florida somewhere. I'm about to go home and see my family. I was one of those guys, and we had a lot of guys on the team in college that would just stay at school. Why waste the time and the money to go home? But nowadays, they got NIL. You can go. They can fly first class damn near. We had to make lifetime decisions. Do I want to spend this gas money to drive home, or do I want to have something to eat for the week and stay up here? I think I'm gonna stay
Yeah,
up here,
it does
dog.
that can of potted meat. But I'm gonna tell you, what I like is a good split because you do need a mental and physical break. I just
Yeah.
wouldn't take the whole week. Like that last day of practice, right after that, I would probably, take me 3 days and go back home or go wherever. But then I'm coming back about middle of the week so I can start back working out on my own. Because man, it doesn't take long to get out of shape. Like it
Yes.
takes forever to get in shape, but you mess around, take you like 6, 7 days of not working out at all. It's like you don't hit the reset button. So I
Mm.
would split the difference, man. I would take me a little break to rest my mind and my body, not do anything too extreme. But then I also come back early, 3 or 4 days before that second wave of practices and get my mind back right.
Yeah. You guys don't want to waste all of the work you've been doing up to that point with Coach Swayze in the weight room and lose anything. You want to maintain or gain at that point of time in the season, getting ready for it. So,
Hey man,
shout out to everybody out there listening in, man.
Shout out to Anthony Albury for saying he finally caught a live one. He's been watching the replays.
Oh,
Yeah, that's right. What's up? What's up? What's up? We live and direct. Texas in the house, Washington, D.C. Oh, now from Memphis is in the house.
Yes, sir.
Double blessed twin mommy. Like she got a simple name to read, but it's so complex. It's like, is it double blessed? Like I can't be, man. Look, it's too
Yeah, I think once you get it a couple times, you'll have it. Doubly blessed twin mom. Doubly blessed twin mom.
So you
Doubly
said
blessed.
mom is mommy. You see what I'm saying? It's
Oh,
like,
see, yep.
yeah,
Damn.
it's like,
You're
oh,
right.
it's a riddle. I'm just gonna start saying anonymous, like you like skip it like you did. Yvette Porter is in the building. No, we don't call her Yvette. We call her Yvette.
Already. DJ Big O 317 in the building. Shout out to Naptown, Indianapolis. Up there where all the draft prospects were. And our cousin Dukes, my cousin Dukes, your nephew Dukes, was up there having a ball, doing his thing, making connections and networking and things of that nature. And looking fly as he usually does. Got the nice kicks on with the outfit. Doing his thing. I bet those other scouts were looking like, damn, who is this guy?
We that hood family where the uncle and nephew be the same age.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I know some people out there have an uncle who's younger than them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
one of my partners growing up, man, we used to run the streets, and we got a little older, like in the high school. He started bringing this other guy around. We was like, man, you had little brothers. No, my little brother, that's my uncle. Like, what?
It's crazy. Your friends will be like, what at first, but they'll understand. They're like, yeah, yeah. My uncle like that too, dog.
Essentially, your grandparents were still making babies while your mom and daddy was.
He ain't lying. Oh, now crossover MMA. My dog up in this thing. Coach Dre up in the building. Okay. Free Cotton Man. Am I reading that right, Unc? Is that wrong?
It's great free cotton. No, we'll take some cotton. South Carolina in the building.
Great morning.
Chico.
Yes, sir. Keep me on track.
Man, let me tell you something. I ain't finished setting up in here, so my wrestling belt is not when arms reach. But something happened this weekend, Chico, that has never happened before in the world of wrestling. John Cena. So you got two categories in wrestling, y'all. You got heels and you got baby faces. Heels are the bad guys, baby faces are the good guys. For 20 years or more, John Cena has been a baby face, and he went heel this weekend. He attacked Cody Rhodes. He's gonna be a bad guy. This is his retirement year. Last year of wrestling, he turned bad guy on the year out. Nobody saw it coming. But I love bad guys in wrestling, so it was a beautiful moment for me. Shout out to John Cena and The Rock for being bad guys.
Well, let me ask you something, Uncle Neely.
This dude. Speaking
of
Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
No, that's what I was going to bring it to. Does this mean
nothing will ever top the night he turned bad?
What? From the red and yellow to the black and yes, they were crying literally. Well, let me ask you this:
they were throwing in the ring.
Yes, that shows the real emotions. But does this set John Cena up to not retire, to keep it going, because that added a whole nother career to Hulk Hogan's career? It's kind of like wearing a different number in basketball. You got 23 LeBron, You got 6 LeBron, you got Laker LeBron, Cleveland LeBron. It's like you got Hollywood Hogan, you got Hulkamania, you
Yeah,
got Hulk Hogan. Like that added another level to his career. Do you think that'll
I
do the
agree.
same thing for John Cena?
Well, I do, but I also think that when you reach like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ric Flair, Hulk Hogan, Dwayne The Rock Johnson, now John Cena, when you reach that level, I don't think you ever retire. Like look at The Rock, how he comes back and forth like once or twice a year, to do a promo or something, or do something like this to help promote WrestleMania, because them guys become like equity owners and partners in the company. So I don't think
Yeah.
they ever truly stop. But I do think that this quote unquote retirement of John Cena is real. That he's gonna get more into the acting stuff like The Rock did. But what a way to go out, man, and turn bad guy leading into WrestleMania. Which he'll lose. He'll lose as a bad guy at WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes will win, and then they'll
And
set
set him
something
up.
up to happen for 6-9 months later. Some get
Yeah.
back.
So he's retiring from the everyday grind of
Yeah,
wrestling like The
yeah.
Rock did, and he'll still make those appearances because that his star status is, and it will still bring a crowd. So he
Oh,
want to continue to
absolutely.
bring back
He'll
that
bring more of
character
a crowd.
here.
Scarcity demands more.
Yes,
The
indeed.
less you're seeing, the more people want it. Like when they can announce, special guest referee or special guest commissioner coming back, and it is Ric Flair or Rock or somebody. People love it, man.
Yeah.
But to see John Cena, so like the way they set it up, he was hugging Cody Rhodes, like, man, good job standing up to The Rock. And then The Rock did this symbol, like, cut his throat. John Cena kind of frowned up, shook his head, kicked him in the nuts, and they both started whooping him.
So is The Rock officially still a heel, or
Oh yeah, no, he absolute bad guy. He's called the final boss now. You know how you play a video
the
game, you got to
final
fight
boss, The
He's the
Rock?
final
Okay, he
boss.
coming back on some big boss stuff. Like, listen,
Yeah.
I'm not back coming back wrestling these young guys. I'll come
No,
back and show
all
my
he doing
face.
is orchestrate, yeah. Final boss, baby.
He's doing club walkthroughs instead of performing. I'll come do a walkthrough. Shout out to Rich Homie Quan, or RP Rich Homie Quan, dog.
Yeah, man. Nothing like a
Nothing like
walk.
the man when I walk through. Yeah, so
What else we got in the
shout
chat?
out
Y'all
to
check in. Oh, now keep dropping them locations. I love when the chat show each
Cena.
other love. I see the chat chatting it up with each other on this Monday morning, the first Monday of March. It's about to be spring, Chico.
It's about to be springtime. Although that means absolutely nothing to me as far as the weather goes. But
It don't mean a damn thing.
it's gonna look like that all the time.
So what do y'all have in Hawaii? Is it summer year round or spring year round?
I guess you'll say summer year round, but the changes in weather is about that different. From I think January to like February, you'll get like it might get 68 degrees, 67, 65. You got to go get the hoodie and get the jacket. It's people outside walking like this if it's 65. It's cold outside. But other than that, hey man, you gonna be good to go. It's barbecue season every day. Barbecue time.
We still got Goldberg coming. Matter of fact, Goldberg has been doing some wrestling appearances lately, which has delayed the Goldberg Prime Parents because he's working an angle for a comeback match as well. But it's coming. It's coming. It's coming. I'd imagine this spring ball we're gonna get them on.
And I'm gonna stop slacking too. I'm gonna bring y'all some more Prime Parents out there. Our Uncle and I are gonna bring you guys some exclusive Prime Parents out there. So just stay tuned. But you have to subscribe and you have to hit the notification bell. And we might just put some of them up early for just the members of each channel. So you guys will see it early. So you guys can also join, become members of the channel, and get your badges. And when you comment, we'll see it in the chat that you are an official member of the squad. Uncle Neely?
Yes, sir.
We had some different topics last night on Uncle Chico Live.
Did we?
Lord have mercy.
Why do y'all pick Sunday night, the Lord's Day, to get so ignorant? I don't understand.
Who is y'all?
Huh?
Who is y'all?
Huh?
Man,
what you drinking, man?
Drinking on some good old ginger tea for the morning.
Well, you like going out of Selma, Alabama, is just lost your damn mind. Flip flops, chopsticks, and ginger tea.
And pinky up. as I sip my tea like I'm in England with the Queen. Yeah, if you watch Instagram too much and you get scrolling on Instagram too much, you'll see stuff. You'll go down the rabbit hole. You'll see stuff saying, "Well, if you fast, that means your body is eating up its bad cells, so it's better to fast in the mornings or drink something warm." So I done been on that. I done been on that health tip, trying to
Okay.
get right.
Speaking of fasting, man, shout out to everybody around the world participating in Ramadan. I think it started Friday evening, which is essentially Saturday
Yes.
morning, where you fast from morning, from sunrise to sunset. No food or drink, no sex, no backbite, no hating, none of that stuff. Getting your mind right. So if you're out there participating in Ramadan, shout out to you, man.
So speaking of that, we've had famous NBA players do that. I'm sure there are some doing it right now. I'm not sure if it's Kyrie, but I know back in the day, Olajuwon and Mahmoud Abdul Rauf, formerly Chris Jackson,
And Sharif as well with the Hawks.
Sharif Abdul Rahim, yes, they all participated, and I'm sure a bunch of other guys did it too. But they made it famous where they were playing NBA games, not even taking a sip of water, definitely not eating anything while the
if
sun
the
is up.
game is during daylight,
Yeah. So how do you think, like, man, how could they do that? Could you imagine doing that, playing an NBA game without taking a sip?
Man, I can't imagine going from here to the elevator without taking a sip. So it's hard on it's rough on a player. It's hard out here on the pimp. But
Come
Olajuwon
on now, dog.
was the truth with it. There were times that the Sunday afternoon game in Houston started while the sun was out, and then the sun may be setting at halftime, so he'd get him something to eat or drink at halftime. But
Yeah,
he would go all in on it, man.
yes, indeed, man. That had to be tough. That's a
Yeah,
Muslim holiday, of course.
You front load your calories in the morning before the sun comes up. You
Mm-hmm.
do all the drinking and eating you can. I'm talking about for athlete wise. You do all the drinking and eating you can to get your body through the day, and then you just hold off till the sun go down. So again, man, it's Ramadan season. Shout out to him.
Gainesville Clothing, where you at? They saying Chico drinking that ginger tea with that bag. Oh Lord, I'm more sick.
See, that's why you got to start reading shit before you put it on the screen.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
The sentence, because they done told on you because they were with you last night. They seen you do it.
Start reading the first look.
Preview or
something at 65 degrees. I've heard it all. Yes, Yvette. Where you located at, Yvette?
I think Yvette is in Memphis.
How am I doing the most this morning? I said, you know what? I'm gonna come on this morning. I'm gonna be nice and professional. I'm gonna keep things straight. I'm gonna talk to Uncle Neely. I'm not gonna worry about the chat. I'm gonna do things correctly.
Deuce the Scoop is in the chat talking about email the link. Let me tell y'all something
Lord,
let me tell you
as my mama would say.
Chico text us the link and said 5 minutes at the top of the hour. Duke said bet. Duke's replied and said bet. Boy, that damn Deuce the Scoop.
He probably thought he was just responding to the text, but he didn't see the link. So come on, Duke, my dog.
I love Deuce.
Boy.
Yeah,
what they say, you still be my Igga if you didn't get no bigger.
And if you got bigger, you just be my bigger Igga.
Right. Oh, now Keisha in Love. What's happening? Holla at me.
Well, hey, but Keisha in Love, what got me about Deuce Keisha in Love is he affirmed it. About a good 45 minutes ago, Chico sent the link and said, "Hey, fellas, 5 minutes at the top of the hour."
I said 5 minutes at the top of the hour. And he responded back with
I said, "I'm wrapping up a massive dump. I'll be ready."
He's scared. We're gonna get some combine news as soon as Dukes come on. We're not gonna spill the beans yet. Pause, but we'll let Dukes come on and give us his combine update.
In the building. Plano, Texas in the building.
Waco, Texas also. Man, let's get some shout out to the cities and the states right quick. I was listening to a comedian last night. Shout out to Roy Wood Jr., who used to do comedy in Birmingham, Alabama on 95.7 Jams back in the day. If y'all know, if you're listening in, toot your horn and pump your brakes. But Roy Wood had a comedy show last night on Comedy Central, and I think it was special. I just had it playing in the background last night, but it was pretty dope. So I just wanted to give a shout out to Roy Wood Jr. out there checking in. If y'all get a chance to see that comedy show on Comedy Central, y'all check that out one time for your mind. I had a joke, but I forgot it, honestly.
Man, one of the brothers I be enjoying, man, the clips like on Instagram, social media clips.
Mm-hmm.
That damn Aries Spears, man, he be at them improvs and he be on the audience, man, tearing their head
yeah,
up, man. That
I
joke,
gotta
that's
get
a
into
funny brother,
Aries.
man.
I like Aries Spears, but once he got them hands put him on 5150 show, I was like, man, come on, dog. You can't show up to no interview drunk and then get hands put on you. You didn't see that, Unc?
No, I didn't see it, but it wouldn't change the fact that he's funny. Like,
He's funny. Yeah, he's funny.
Cat Williams got the hands put on him in the projects by some little kids. He's still funny.
And I wake back up in the morning, I see these two brothers. These two brothers still talking about me in the morning. Cat go get a.
Hey, Deuce saying send him the email. I guess some reason texting him the link. Don't like.
Hold on, Deuce.
Deuce just in the chat, man.
just delegate Dukes to the chat, man. Yeah, man. You just do the chat, dog. Take care of the chat. Make sure everything good. Let me see, Dukes. Now the email hadn't been working in the past, has it? So
Well, here's
the email now.
Because here's what I do when you text the link.
Just copy and paste and email it to yourself.
To email to myself, like
he ain't lying.
Like I told you before. Oh, he's nice saying his phone died, so
Okay, my bad, Dukes. It's all good, dude. Unc gonna give you a hard time. I'm on your team.
Oh, absolutely, because like I told you before, that link be whooping Duke's ass. Like,
hey, y'all get up off my dog, Cat Williams, man.
That link be roach.
Man, we gonna give Duke some arriving music or something. Matter of fact,
you might start the music too soon. Gonna take him a minute.
From Southside Atlanta, Georgia, Dukes. Who's you? Oh, now Dukes.
Looks like Jamie Foxx, man. Like, I noticed that you just not. You look like Jamie Foxx.
Like Jamie? Somebody ever told you look like Jamie Dukes?
Yeah, back in 9th grade.
Hey, Louisiana Glenn, you got it exactly right. Deuce had a long night. That was the problem. His eczema flaring up.
Oh no.
Nah. We just get an ATL 09 in the building. Oh, we on the map. We on the map.
Hold up.
Zone 3 stand up. Oh, now we in the building, baby. From Auburn to ATL.
Man, I was doing the show, man. Shout out to my man Jay. And then you sent the text. I didn't know what time we was going on. I should have asked, but then my phone died. So I was like, man, by the time I go find this charge, I was like, let me just go in here right quick. I know Chico, he the man with the plan. He'll hook it up. And you did, man. Thank you, Chico. That's why I said send the email for real. I was like, man, he probably think I'm capping. I was serious.
No, we knew you weren't capping. I know there's a lot of things we don't know, but we knew you wasn't capping.
337-214. Oh, now put your area codes in the chat right quick. But Duke's coming live from Indianapolis, Indiana. Oh no, you back home now, right? It's like the background. You back home.
Yeah.
Hey, Dukes, before we get this combine update and Indianapolis update, before you join, I had to break it down to Chico, Chico's a historic wrestling fan. He don't really still keep up with it. And I was telling him that this weekend, John Cena turned heel. John Cena is now a bad guy. Attack Cody Rhodes, him and The Rock. WrestleMania gonna be something else.
Yeah, man. Shoot. It is crazy because, like, over the years, John Cena was like the they call him a face. He was the face that nobody liked. It was like he was the face that, once he got put over, they put him over so strong that fans were like, bro, all right, it was cheesy. So him turning heel against Cody Rhodes, who they've been trying to experiment of which way he's going to be. I think it was perfect, man. The Rock, John Cena as a heel in 2025 is exactly what wrestling needed. So
absolutely,
I think it was a stroke of genius, man. I'm excited to see WrestleMania too.
Let me tell you this, Chico Dukes, in the chat out there. I love the way wrestling, we all know it's entertainment, it's scripted, it's quote unquote fake, but they blur the lines. One thing y'all missed about The Rock, that weight belt in his hand that he whooped Cody Rhodes' ass with. It not only the weight belt not only says Cody Rhodes sold, it has the date of Dusty Rhodes, his daddy, death on it.
No, that's evil, dog.
He whooped that
evil.
man's ass with a belt that said Cody Rhodes sold. It had his father's death date on it. Zoom in on that belt.
Yeah, we fighting for real. You talking about some blurred lines. Like, bro.
Cody
Y'all
Rhodes.
doing, dog? Y'all hit me with my daddy belt, dog. With my daddy. Okay, all right.
Chico said we fighting for real.
I'm showing up. Pow, 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 like that bitch. See how blurred the lines are now, goddamn. Running back in the stadium now, man.
Mo Cushion. Yeah.
Hold on. Let me ask Dukes this, and I don't know if he already know or not, but Dukes, who is this in the ring right here?
Travis Scott.
That's Travis Scott. That don't look like the baby to me. To you?
This man argued me down pre-show talking about what the baby doing there. He got enough problems. I said, man, that ain't the baby.
That's not the baby.
You want to bet? Put some money on it, Put some money on it.
Man, it looks just like the baby, dog. I don't care what nobody say.
Bro, Chico, man, Unc still be watched it. He's seen it. You can't bet that, Chico.
I said, why would I bet you on that, man? I'm looking at the thing.
I was thinking that whoever wrote the article or edited it, they probably was thinking that it was Travis Scott, but it was really the baby. You know how they get people messed up.
Let me tell you something about Chico. Chico got the utmost respect for himself. Because he gonna tell them people they wrong and he right.
He ain't lying.
The person who took the the person who took the picture put the wrong name on it.
It's happened before. You've never seen a news article that has somebody on there and it's supposed to be this black guy, but they show that black guy. Come on now, dog.
Chico loves the Chico.
Let me let the chat in on Lip Secret. Before the show, as Chico setting everything up, we be on here talking shit. After the show, we talk a little shit. So before the show, I'm talking about wrestling. Chico pull up the graphic, and he said, "Oh man, little baby got enough problems. What he doing there?" I said, "Huh?" I said, "Man, that ain't little baby. That's Travis Scott." Chico then says, "No, man, I know little baby." And then I asked him just what you asked him, Deuce. I said, "Chico, who's more likely to be right? Your eyes looking at a blurry picture, or who wrote the article that they were there?" My eyes ain't wrong. I know. I just said,
I said, no. I didn't say that. I answered your question, dog. You said, who are you most likely to believe? I said, I'm going to believe my eyes. Because the article, the editor could have gotten it wrong, is all I was saying. I've seen pictures that say this black actor died, and they show a picture of Morgan Freeman. But it's supposed to be.
Hey, Chico crazy, man. Chico gonna get on here. Like, oh yeah, I got him now. Dude, who this look like? This is what Chico was thinking. Chico was thinking that I wasn't gonna
without blinking. What'd you say?
Yeah, it was gonna look and say, oh, you know what? Oh, I got it. Deuce. No, Deuce can't have C anyway. Let me put this picture up. It's like, dude, he gonna side with me, and I got you, huh?
No, I just wanted you to verify it. That's all, because I thought it looked like baby. And you from ATL, you've seen baby, of course.
Keep alternating between Lil Baby and Dub Baby.
No, it's Lil Baby. It's Lil Baby. Y'all can't tell me they don't look like Lil Baby, dog. Come on now, dog. I've seen Travis Scott. Travis usually had the other type of braids, the hanging ones, not the ones to the back like Lil Baby.
Oh, you thought it was Lil Baby?
Yeah, Lil Baby. They don't look like Lil Baby?
No. It looks like Travis Scott, man.
Bro, y'all, hold on.
Hey, Chico, I'm throwing you a bone, bro. Like,
thank you, Kevin Dorsey. He said Dub Baby.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I meant Lil Baby then. I meant the one from ATL.
Right there, he favors, but not like, nah, bro. It's Travis Scott.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. You can't tell me he don't favor at least.
Shout out to Debbie Garcia. Your eyes are wrong, Chico.
It's okay. I could be wrong. But
now, hey, Miss Dawn Duncan is right too. It do look like one of them Jodeci dudes.
It don't look like this dude. It does not look like that dude.
Chico, get the shovel.
Get the shovel. Okay.
Drop it. Drop the shovel. Drop
Pull a
it.
little baby one time. Hold on.
All right, here you go.
All right, go ahead, man.
You won't let it go, dog. Just say my bad, man.
That look like that dude right there, man. But yeah, my bad. I was wrong. I was
That
wrong.
don't
It
look
happened.
nothing like him.
This Chico with the shovel.
Oh
love-
man.
Chico
You
on
out
that
there,
shovel.
Chico Salty Vet said, this is some guy who listens to Marilyn Manson. The beautiful people. You damn right. Don't get up off Marilyn Manson, dog. I bet y'all won't say Marilyn Manson in the mirror 3 times.
I won't say it 3 times on this show.
All right, there we go.
I will say Chico
I'm
crazy as hell 3 times on this show, though.
Chico from Africa. He think all niggas look the same.
Oh, who?
Niggas. Oh man. Y'all give him. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Anyways, Dukes.
I
You
know
want to give us a
anyways now.
recap,
I'm trying to
man?
figure out this shit now. So anyways, you been take the hits.
It's all good. It's all
Somebody
good.
said somebody, baby.
She said it's somebody's baby.
First he said the baby. Well, it's a lot of babies out there. You got Baby from Cash Money who falling asleep on stage. What y'all think about that? Did he fall asleep on the stage or was he reading something? Playboy. Y'all saw that?
I didn't see it. I saw people responding to it. What you think, Chico?
I just saw him looking down on the stage while the music was going, and being a younger, older fella, I can understand Baby. He about what,
Wait, hold
16,
up,
17 years older than me?
You know what? A younger, older fella?
Yeah, a younger, older fella. Sometimes you might just feel like falling asleep. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to a certain age, you're like, man, I don't care where I'm at, Playboy. I'm gonna take me a nap. And I think that's what he did. He took him a nap on stage, and then BG had to wake him up.
Bruss
You know,
813 say reading. Come on, Chico. I see.
Yeah. When I say reading, I mean, and this is for people who probably never been on a stage where people are rapping or performing, or never been front row where y'all can see. They have set lists on the stage, and they have sometimes timers.
What you like that?
Where they can read the set list and they can read the lyrics sometimes. All right, go ahead now. What y'all think?
I'm looking at dude's face, man.
I'm laughing at y'all face all the time. What you say, Dukes?
I ain't say nothing.
You want them yerks?
That boy Chico crazy, man.
How crazy?
Yeah, but y'all who ain't no business.
Why you
I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep it professional once again. This is the morning run.
Chico, why you stun on him like that? Chico, for y'all who ain't never been on stage, for y'all who ain't never been front row,
got to pull his nuts out there so he got big nuts.
Lord,
if you ain't been on stage, I've never been front row. Let me tell you what you see. Like they have a set. I've been on stage. I've been in a van with no windows, butt naked with a video camera. I know what it's like to ride around.
I didn't say nothing. I hope like boy Chico. He love Chico, man. Woo.
Love me some me. Shout out to Tara Owens. Tara Owens needs to be a guest on the show coming soon.
Find somebody that love you like Chico love Chico, boy. That boy Chico, man.
We'll be a great team together, won't we? Shout out to Keisha and Love.
Dude, you grew up in a black family having to do yard work.
Yeah.
You know, you got a shovel, right?
See, they have a prompter, see?
And then you got a spade. Spade is that little handheld shovel. You convinced Chico to put the shovel down, and then he winked at you and reached in his back pocket and got that spade and went right back.
Right back.
You just say put this down.
Hey, y'all can call it what y'all want. You can call it what you want. Chico could never be my lawyer. We're gonna lose the show. Oh, you're gonna win. You have me as your lawyer. What are you talking about? You ain't going to jail.
Man, yeah. You know, but Julie came out and said he was reading teleprompter.
See what I'm saying? So did I not just say that though?
You did.
You said, but you started with being an older, younger brother yourself that you know he was not.
No, I said I could understand if you want to take a nap. You know what I'm saying? And he just
tried
said,
to be a younger, older brother though. What the hell is that? What the hell is an older?
That's you on this side of young or old. You're not a YN now. Like they said, Jim Jones is an old YN. I don't want to be a old YN. You know what I'm saying? I just want to be an old N. OCN, old cool.
You well on your way, sir. You're well on your way. OFN, F is for food ish.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, fooling.
I'm passing the shovel now. We want to talk to Philip Dukes, who's now back in Atlanta, Georgia, from his trip to Indianapolis.
What's wrong with Chico? This boy here is crazy.
Naptown. Can you tell us and give
Dude,
us a
I'm glad
recap
y'all
of your
told
trip,
us.
Dukes?
Boy, you the best, boy. Hey, man. Come on, Chico. Come on with it.
OYN is crazy.
Yeah, I'm an OIN. Go ahead, Chico.
Not me, Dukes. I'm trying to keep things straight and narrow. Can you tell us about your trip
Okay,
to
I'm gonna get
Lucas
with you.
Oil Stadium for the NFL Combine 2025?
Well, Chico, I, first of all, thanks for that great intro, Chico. And
My pleasure.
What I want to say is, first of all, when you get to the Combine, you have to understand where you are and the spots that you want to hit. Every night is a party. The GMs are going to be at the JW Marriott. We even saw some reporter beef with Ian Rappaport and I believe Jordan Schultz about breaking the story. So when you think about everything that encompasses the NFL Combine, it's a really exciting experience. So for me to be there with the purpose of going to see Colorado receivers LeJontay Wester and Jimmy Horn Jr., it was what a time to be alive, man.
What a time to be alive for Philip Dukes up there, checking out the guys who ran the 40-yard dash from Colorado. Jimmy Horn Jr. and LeJontay Wester, 4.46, 4.47 respectively. How do you think those numbers help those guys with their draft positions?
No, serious business. All right, cool.
I'm dead serious.
Dukes, before you get to the serious business, Dukes, shout out to Mo Cushions who said OCNSN. Oh, cool, non-seeing. he can't see.
Hey, I want to hear a story about KC real quick. I got a story about KC. This almost made me cry this past weekend, man. I'm at a restaurant with my peoples. We get the ticket, right? The receipt, right? I'm getting ready to pay. And you know they give you the first receipt first so you can see the total, then you could give your card, and then they'll come back with the actual receipts that you sign, the one that you keep and the one that you give. Well, my total on the first receipt was $59.69, right? The 5.9, of course, on a little paper. So then I give my card, they bring back the two receipts, and I look at it, and all I see is $9.69. So I see $9.69 on both receipts. So I'm like, wait. Why are you giving me the wrong receipt? You know, before I can say something to her, I look at it again. I said, man, they gave us the wrong receipt. Well, I'm not gonna say that because maybe she's trying to give me a discount. Damn, that's a big old discount. You know, I love myself, huh, Duke? So I'm thinking that maybe she's trying to give me a discount. So I look at the receipt again. I look at the big receipt, it says $59.69. Look at the other receipt, it says $9.69. I'm like, wait a minute, this is too similar. Wait, let me look at this receipt, 59. Look at this one. I said, oh no, I just put my head down. I said, that is not a dollar sign, that's a 5. This says $59.69 too. Lord Jesus, I thought the 5 was a dollar sign. I can't see. I need to go get my eyes checked. And I almost cried right there at the restaurant. Unbelievable. I was about to go off on the waiter or either ask her, did you hook me up? But you can't see, dog.
I love how you looked up at her from the table like she right here, right now. He said, did you hook me up?
Did you just hook me up? No, darling. That's $59.69. I'm like, damn.
You might get hooked up with a 10% discount. With a 20% discount. Ain't nobody hooking you up with no 95% discount.
You feel me? That's like what are you thinking about?
Chico, you ain't finna slide about that little impersonation you just did. What'd she say? Darling?
She said, no, darling. I did not hook you up.
What kind of restaurant you was at, Chico?
It was a nice I wouldn't say it was just a bar restaurant. I think it was more of a seafood Asian style, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Who's with you?
But they had steaks and different stuff there.
$60. Who's with? How many of them?
It was just me. Well, that was my bill. It was me with a couple other guys. We paid our own. Hey man, pay your own, dog. Unless y'all want to do like the Instagram clip and pull cards and see who paid for everything. but they chose to pay for, we're going to do it separately. I was like, okay, I'll take mine.
Debbie Garcia, the guy country with me, she said, you need to get some medicine for your eyes. That's what we
I
call
do need to get some medicine for my eyes.
Medicine in them.
That
But
boy-
yeah, this is the same person, Dukes, who said that wasn't Travis Scott. He can't tell a damn dollar sign from a 5, but he gonna argue.
That's totally different, dog. Just get you some glasses with some medicine in them. Okay. I'm gonna holler at
the Chico world, we just in it. That's all.
Yeah.
I ain't mad at it. Why? Hey, Chico be tripping me out, dog. I don't care nothing about it. Go ahead, Chico.
Oh,
that's all I wanted to share, man.
He had some sushi, all right.
I did have some sushi, but not at that restaurant.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you have any sushi in Indianapolis? Do they serve sushi in Indianapolis? What were some of the meals that you ate up there, Dukes?
Man, I had so I had a prime rib. No, I had a short rib, braised short rib from Del Frisco's. Was pretty good. They had Oysters Casino, which it was all right. But that's probably the best meal I had there. One of the guys one of the athletes while we were having dinner, this man bought I think it's $60 for every 3 ounces of Wagyu.
Yeah,
and
unbelievable.
Yeah. So he got about 12 ounces worth, so that was cool. But I ain't getting none of that. But yeah, man, Indianapolis is a cool little downtown city. If you can make a trip of it for sure. Definitely,
yeah.
A nice city, man. They
underrated too, man.
Huh?
Underrated city.
Yeah,
Indianapolis.
Yeah, for sure.
I think so.
Yeah.
Speaking of Wagyu and these expensive steaks, I went to a restaurant and I was looking for a spot that wasn't too crowded, because a lot of things get crowded late night here on the weekend. And I saw, oh, this restaurant is empty. I'm gonna go up in here. Oh, it's steak and seafood. All right, bet. Damn, only 2 people up in here. All right, I'm about to eat good. Eat some good. Should have started yesterday known right there. It was actually very nice. So I'm like, why is it only 2 people? Are y'all about to close? No, we're not about to close. I just looked away again. No, we're not about to close. All right, well, I'm gonna sit down and have me a seat. Man, I opened the menu up. The first steak on there, $125, $150, $175. I said, what are appetizers at?
That's crazy, man.
I'll take the appetizer, please, ma'am. Would you like another? No, I don't need another nothing.
Hey, Dukes. When you're driving on the interstate, they got that solid line to your far right, far left. If you happen to go beyond it, you get that little rivers to let you know. We done hit them enough. We about to hit the guardrail. So let me just take over for a second. Dukes.
There you go.
Please just share with the chat some of your takeaways from the recent NFL Combine in Indianapolis.
Uncle Neely, I've asked that question 2 or 3 times the same way.
No, you haven't.
All right, here we go. Let's go. Bring it back.
Hey, I love y'all, man.
Yeah. You ask it and then say, hey, but let me tell you about this restaurant I went to. Like that's then you ask it and you got on some voice I ain't never heard before. Like, Duke, take us through the Combine, baby.
Take us through the Combines, Phillip Dukes.
Look, so city business. So the first person I went to go talk to when I got to the Combine was Coach Steph, who was the pre-draft trainer at XP facility where LeJohntay Will Shepherd and Jimmy Horn Jr. trained. You can go check out that interview on my channel. You can also, matter of fact, we need to run that on pregame. But in speaking to him, he was saying what he was expecting the 40 times to be. He said Jimmy was running 4.3s. Now he had some inconsistent times where he ran some 4.4s, but Jimmy was expecting to run a 4.3. So even though the 4.46 was a good number, he was disappointed because he's a 4.3 guy. When he lost in technique, he lost those tenths of a second. But his acceleration, once he gets started, in all of his routes, the field drills, Jimmy Horn looks so explosive. And when you look at when you talk about the Combine, he had 2 numbers that stuck out. He was top 6 in both of these: broad jump and vertical jump. Those are explosive numbers. What they got, as you know, when you measure that you will never broad jump in an NFL game. They're only measuring how explosive you are and the type of torque you can get out of your hips that you can create on your own to show your explosion and what your top rate can and how fast can you get to your top rate. Jimmy Horn showed that he was probably one of the most explosive receivers at the entire Combine. Another thing that he did really well was the gauntlet. didn't drop nothing in the gauntlet. And I think that he surprised people with his route running ability. So for some that thought that were disappointed in Jimmy Horn's time at the combine, he can fix that at Colorado's pro day. He don't have to run again. Like 4.46 with a slot guy. Now we're talking about somebody who's primarily going to be in the slot. We're talking about the Wes Welkers of the world. We're talking about guys who are primarily running routes in 10 yards or shorter routes primarily, and somebody who you want to get the ball in their hands as quick as you can. Mm-hmm. He's also, but that explosion, what it showed you was he's going to help you in the return game. And I think that Jimmy Horn really had a great combine. He's going to be able to expound upon that 40 time when he gets to Colorado's pro day. So I think he had an overall successful combine. Now, LaJohntay Wester, same time, but it had a different impact. People thought that LaJohntay was a 4.5. He came into this thing having to prove his speed, and they knew that he was going. XPE had him circled. Like, hey, LaJohntay ran some 4.4 flats. He actually could run again. I wouldn't advise him to. From everybody I talked to who was at the combine, that 4.46 would look good, especially when he doesn't have to decelerate in order to get into his breaks. He was one of the most fluid route runners in the entire combine and was so impressive. There's insiders. LaJohntay had some buzz where he helped himself to the point where, and I want to make this point, Adam Schefter said that from the 10th pick to the 40th pick or the mid-30s, the players are the same. The value in this draft is in the mid-rounds. If you get to a point where a specific team has a need to be filled and you say, okay, I want a guy who can play slot and perimeter, LaJohntay Wester is going to be in that conversation. No, he didn't have the explosive numbers that Jimmy had, but what he did show was that he's a fluid receiver, and by him being able to run that deep out without having to decelerate, he's showing you that he can also play in a perimeter. He's the type of guy that you want to be able to have in a 2-minute drill where he can get open in a phone booth. It doesn't matter how fast you are. You don't know where I'm going next because I don't have to change speeds. And that's a God-given talent that he has, and I think he did a great job using the full complement of his catch radius as well.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, Dukes. I think taking it player by player, I'll start with Jimmy Horn Jr. first. You have this thing out there called expectations, and sometimes expectations can be false ones. Like someone expected Chico to get on here and not tell some crazy ass story. It's just an expectation that's not going to be lived up to. So you're setting yourself up for it.
Come on now, dog.
I think a lot of people went into this combine wishing, hoping, pulling for Jimmy Horn, and thereby expecting like a 4.3. And when they saw 4.4 something, disappointment kicked in, not understanding, as Chico and I discussed last night, that is a great damn number for his position. And I think the number, when he gets to the pro day at Colorado some weeks from now with some more training, brushing up on technique, is going to even go down. But the biggest thing for me that Jimmy Horn Jr. has going for him is his impression in the interviews, his work ethic, and his actual game film. Like, you see his ability to run routes. You see the explosion that comes out in a test when you put on game film and you see his separation after the catch. He's going to be just fine. You go to LaJohntay Wester, and Wes LaJohntay had a lot of game film doing what he's doing. Second on the team receptions only to Travis Hunter. Big game-changing, game-even winning receptions at that. You look at his route running and the things he brings to the table, you weren't expecting, again, the key word here, expectations. You weren't expecting that kind of 40 time from him. He then gives it to you. You augment that with his game film, and he's fine. I do think both of these brothers are going to be, of course, at Pro Day in Colorado. I think both of them are going to show even more flash and ability because you'll be in your home environment. And most importantly, you'll be with your quarterback. Like, you on the same page with a Shedeur Sanders. And here's why that matters, folks. When you're in the NFL, you're not going out there week 1 or week 2 playing with some guy you've never played with before. You're playing with somebody you got chemistry with. And so the true evaluation is at the college's pro day because you see these people working with the people that they play with, which is a direct mirror of what happens in a game in the NFL. When you get to the combine, you got some dudes you don't even know throwing to you. You know, you don't know how his ball comes out of his hand, pause, no diddy. You ain't used to the rotation of it. And so there's a lot of things that you have to go like, okay, you know, I see what I want to see. That's a check mark. But just because I didn't see what I was expecting doesn't mean it's a blemish. Like, you really have to take it case by case, based most importantly on what did I see from this guy in actual film from game. And I think this, Dukes, and I'll leave it right here. The other thing for Jimmy Horn Jr., because he missed so many games with an injury, just showing that he is damn healthy and can run and do these things raises his stock.
Absolutely. And I want to give a shout out to the Colorado faithful, man. Nobody got the, you know, who got the loudest reception at the entire combine? Shedeur Sanders. When they showed him walking with Jimmy Horn, that was the loudest. The one who actually performed, Jimmy and LeJounte had that thing sounding like it was a home game for their 40 time. So the Colorado faithful, like, that was such a great showing with all of these. I know multiple first rounders from next year or freshmen that were at the combine that wanted to come get a feel for it. But them being able to see that, all the high schools that were there, because the combine is a free event, so there were a lot of local high schools there. There were a lot of players from the Atlanta area that came up with the Den podcast. Shout out to the Den, but they brought 8 guys. They had a couple of 4-stars in the building. They were able to see how Colorado travels even to the combine. So I think that's the way that they showed up for those guys. For 2 guys now, they showed up for Jimmy and LeJounte. I'm talking about Saturday was packed, bro. Like, when those guys ran, you could tell the difference. So I just want to give a shout out to the Colorado faithful, man, because they showed up and showed out for their guys.
Already. You mentioned Shedeur Sanders, and Unc mentioned throwing to, you know, familiar receivers out there. And you know, as a quarterback, you don't want to go there and have bad film, you know, if you throwing balls over the receiver's head just because you wasn't on the same page with them. But I think that's exactly what happened with Ohio State quarterback Will Howard. A lot of people saying he had one of the worst performances at the draft. But, you know, do you attribute that to throwing to receivers that he didn't know? And we'll get into Shedeur Sanders' response also, as he wrote on Twitter, you know, backing up the young quarterback. What do you think about that, Dukes?
So the combine is supposed to be, we're going to put everybody on the even playing field and see who performs the best. Right now, they can say, okay, Dukes and Chico, they can give us let's say they had us doing an agility drill. Right now, both of us not warmed up. No, you know, we just go do an agility drill. All right, cool. Just because I outperform you day 1 or you outperform me day 1 doesn't mean that you're going to outperform me day 7. It was just that one day in that time, and that's a snapshot. When I was working in warehousing and I was a manager, we always talked about being a snapshot builder. What that means is whatever somebody sees you doing in that 10 seconds is the perception that they form of you.
Yes, sir.
It could be the furthest thing from the truth. And I think that's what happened to Will Howard. I think that people took a snapshot based on where he was in this setting where all things seem to be equal, but he didn't have the best day, but that was a snapshot. And what Shedeur is really saying, zoom out and look at the entire body of work. He's a leader. There are things that are going to show up in his game way back to Kansas State that weren't on display in full at the combine. And that's all Shedeur was saying, and I agree with that. That's not taking and that's not to take anything away from anybody who performs well at the combine. But I don't think we've seen it to be true over and over again. Vontaze Burfict ran down there 4.9 and played 11 years in the league. Like, it don't matter. So I'm not saying it has no correlation, but all they're doing is trying to get data points to make the best decision for their money. That's all it is. It doesn't matter how many analytics we look at. When we drop a video, if it's going to go up, it's going to do numbers. It's going to do numbers regardless of those analytics we look at or not. It's the same thing with the NFL. Sometimes talent is just talent, and we have to stop putting so much. Let me say this. If you look at a combine performance and think that's the totality of a football player, then you don't understand football.
Bar.
Yeah, I mean, he dropped it right there. Drop the mic and make sure it's broke. Don't just drop it. I mean, make sure it's broke. Like, look down at it. Make sure the top came off and some wires are exposed, and make sure it's sparking, because nobody needs to touch the mic after what he just said.
Most definitely. You can address this that's in the chat one time. I think we did earlier in the show, though, or even last night. But what are the dates for CU Pro Days and the NFL Draft?
Like, dog, I don't know. Like, I know the draft is like April 24th or something. The Pro Day dates haven't been announced yet for Colorado. They're not official yet. The Big 12 Pro Day is that week before spring break, like the 19th to the 21st. I would imagine that Colorado's will be just before that, but it's not officially on the calendar as we speak. But it will be the most attended pro day in college football. I can assure you that, because you have a Heisman Trophy winner who's going to participate. You have the Golden Arm Johnny Unitas Award winner, Shedeur Sanders, who's going to participate. You've got a Will Shepherd, LeJontay Wester, Jimmy Horn Jr. going to participate. You got the dogs from that defensive line that were invited to some of the invite bowls, but not the combine, who are going to participate. So I'm expecting, man, that you literally have, somewhere between 8 to 12 guys at Colorado that can be and will be drafted from this pro day that's going to be hosted in Boulder.
Nice. Well, should we go to the next topic, or I'll let Unc point guard it? I'm going to pass it to you, Unc. Here you go.
Hey, like Lou Young imitating Magic. I said, "Oh, get him back! Get him back!" Man, y'all are crazy. Y'all are crazy. That damn. Hey, look, I really do. Chat. We got to see about getting Chico some medication or some funding. Like, this brother needs to be studied one way or the other. Like, there needs to be some data to come from this man. They need to put the little wide things on the head, little patches, just monitor what his brain cells like. This dude is special, man. This dude is our Charles Xavier. Like, this dude, you don't know nobody like Chico.
One of a kind.
No, that's true. You ain't lying. No, actually, there is somebody like me, Unc. There is. I'm sorry. Don't disrespect to you, dog, but he's just way on the other side of the globe, inside a mountain, on top of a cave that you got to climb up to. So if you're not willing to do that, then you got to deal with me right here. So
I rest my case. Yeah, yes, Nate will be participating in Pro Day. That's another name that people lose track of, and all this talent coming out of Colorado that's going to play at the next level. Cannot forget about Mark V, aka Mate. In a hug me jacket. That's called a straight jacket, Chico. Like, they gonna have you in your room I got sheetrock over here. You're gonna have mattresses on your wall. Chico rode the short bus.
Chico, man. Hey, go ahead, run point, Chico. Throwing the ball back up.
No. I'm shooting it then. I'm shooting it. I'm catching it. I'm shooting it. Kobe.
Chico, run point, man.
Jimmy Horn Jr., I think, will come to a pro day. I think he will run again because he can get that time down. Like Duke said, and if anybody don't know, you practice running a 40 leading up to the pro day. So you have times that that you feel like you'll run. You have a targeted time. You know what I'm saying? So when you see that 4.46.
Keep this in mind, Chico, with that 4.46. Look at his slight stumble coming out. Look, and that's
like all of that stuff matters.
That's a negative that can be fixed, but let's also look at a positive. When he got going, look at his splits. Look at the time it got him to get from 10 to 20 and from 20 to 30 and 30 to 40. The brother got faster as he was going down the damn chute. So ain't no doubt Jimmy Horn got a 4.3. I wouldn't be surprised if Jimmy Horn could post a 4.29, but I'm putting him around 4.35.
Yeah, I just don't. I was going to say, if it goes down too low, if you run like a 4.25, I think people would be like, well, you know what, that's that home cooking time.
Well, they're going to say that, but it's the same people running the same technology. Like when you host your pro day, you turn your football facility over to the NFL program. Like you're not sitting there running your pro day and Andre Hart, the linebacker coach, is on the clock. Like, it doesn't work that way.
Right.
And then all the teams got their own. They got their own stopwatches too.
Yeah,
exactly.
You literally become a spectator in your own building. Like Coach Prime is the head coach. He is the CEO of Colorado football, and you will see him fading to the back on pro day, even though he got two sons and a team out there, because the NFL operates it.
Yeah, and that goes to Shiloh Sanders, who will be there. What do you think his target number should be in the 40-yard dash?
I'm not so sure that this is another thing where I believe that game film and interviews weigh more than a 40 time. Because when you look at the style of play that Shiloh has, the speed ain't gonna be the difference maker for him. His interviews showing him in the drills where he can flip his hips and open up and accelerate, showing him being able to come downhill, that kind of thing in those cone drills. In my mind and estimation, with his style of play, is going to be more important than how fast he is in a 40-yard foot race.
Yeah, I wanted to and just for the, you know, I saw somebody in the chat say Jimmy was never a 4-3. Like, so about 75 to 80% of the second runs were slower than the first one.
Mm-hmm.
He has got better. I Smile Monday, linebacker at UGA. That's a guy I work with pretty closely. He ran 4.62 his first run and ran 4.48 his second run. He ran as low as 4.53. 4.58 his second run. So he dropped from a 4.62 to a 4.58 in Indy. Those 4.10s came off in Indianapolis. So let's say Jimmy Horn had that same type where he goes from 4.46 to 4.42. That number sounds completely different. And it's literally 0.4 of a second. If you don't think a good start and some mobility between here and the draft, he can get to, he has a 4.3. Like, he was like, they wouldn't have let him run if they thought he was a 4.5. They would have said, no, you look like a 4.4. You don't even got to run.
Mm-hmm.
That man was running 4.3s at XPE. I'm telling you, this man, he going to run 4.3 at Colorado. I'm willing to bet on it. Like,
yeah, I am too.
Yeah, he's going to run 4.3, like, guaranteed.
Yeah,
but,
a little bit more comfortable, more looser. You know, if you ever ran track, the coach would tell you, and even when you're practicing 4-40, they'll say run and relax, don't stress, don't tense up so much, just be relaxed. And naturally, I think people will be more relaxed at their home to run the 40-yard dash at their pro day. So I think it will improve, and I think that's only going to help. But back to the original question, what do you think the number, or do you have a number that you think Shiloh? Yeah,
I think Shiloh run 4.5. He's straight. Like, he can go 4.58 if he needs to, 4.56. But I've never really watched him run for an extended period. Not saying he hasn't, I just haven't. So, but when I see him, I can see 4.5.
Yeah.
But you got to think, like, so we looking at the safety numbers. See, like right now, the kid from Nick Emanuwari, I think I'm saying his name right, from South Carolina, killed it. I mean, he basically went out there, like, I texted his agent. I was like, hey, bro, man, training for the Avengers, ain't he? Like 6'3", 227, ran 4.3, jumped 11 feet 6 inches, and had a 43-inch vertical. All right, cool. Malachi Starks was the presumed #1 safety. People are going to look at those traits and say, hey, maybe Nick is the better safety now, which they could. But that doesn't diminish the football player that Malachi Starks is. People were disappointed that Malachi Starks ran a 4.5, and they just basically discounted everything he did on the football field. How many times do you run 40 yards? You don't.
In a straight line.
In a straight line.
So, time.
Especially, and Shiloh is more of a box safety anyway. So his physicality, like, you know, the 40 time, and yeah, that's the eye candy, right? We all love it. That's where I got my seat at, so I could watch the 40. Cool. But it's a fleeting moment, because after that, you still got to line it up.
Yeah,
exactly.
and Shiloh's job, or any safety's job, is not to catch. And I'm about to use a name to juxtapose something. His job is not to catch Jimmy Horn Jr. from behind. Like, so you know, I don't have to run a 4.4 to play safety. You know, just because this guy at the slot is running a 4.3. You know, my job is cutting these right angles. My job is, how do I backpedal and then accelerate coming back downhill? How do I make tackles and get a man on the ground? You know, how good am I at commanding the defense, my knowledge of it, to get people in their right place? How good am I at giving the quarterback some eye candy and being able to move from a hash pre-snap to another hash post-snap? Like, it's those kind of things that are going to propel him into the draft, not just how fast he runs in a 40-yard straight line, which is something he will absolutely never do in the game.
Yeah, I mean, and Shiloh, he's going to go out and they're going to put him on the board, and they're going to find out where his eyes are. If you saw some of those games, and they talked about it, when Shiloh had his worst game, he had bad eyes. That's what they're going to ask him about. Did you fix your eyes? And he fixed. And the next week, what did he do? His run fits were 100% better. because he fixed his eyes.
I'm glad you said that, Duke.
Go ahead.
I'm glad you said that because I was just going to make that point that, you know, playing tight end in college and going against safeties one-on-one at practice, which I won most of the time. The toughest thing to go against were guys who were great with their eyes and their feet, not necessarily the faster guys. Shout out to a guy named Julius Wainwright who just understood the position and understood leverage, understood where to be on the field, how to cover, understanding the formations on the offensive side of the ball that will give you tips to where the route is going to take you. So those smart, heady guys are tougher to deal with than just a fast guy out there who might, run a 40-yard dash, but doesn't understand the nuances of the defense and how to cover guys in the slot like that. So I think that's what Shiloh has. I think the scouts will see that on the field and not just judge him on the 40-yard dash. Now, will that help him if he runs a 4.4, 4.5? Definitely. Will it hurt him if you go out there and run a 4.7 and 4.8? I think it could. But overall, I think they see that he's a good football player that plays with his eyes very well with everything in front of him, and the right coach that may have a relationship with Coach Livingston who can talk to him personally and see, hey, man, what are the good things about Shiloh? What are some things that's not going to show up at Combine or at Pro Day that we need to know about him? And I think that's going to help him get his shot in the league and do his thing on the right squad with the right coach.
Absolutely, man. No, good job,
Yes,
Chico.
indeed. Appreciate that, Dukes.
No, already. I ain't even tripping, Chico. Ain't nothing backhanded about that, bro. For real.
I appreciate that, Philip. I'm dead serious. I appreciate it.
It's kind of backhanded though.
It's all good if it's backhanded, front-handed, side-handed, or just a high five.
Let me tell you why it's kind of backhanded.
Oh, here we go.
You felt the need to say it. Like if Chico was always what he just gave us then, normal you wouldn't have to say it. You like
it'll be boring. Why would I do that?
No, it wouldn't be boring. It'd be called a sport. It's what it'd be called. It wouldn't be boring at all. But because
it'll be called a sports show, not the best sports show that you can find on YouTube, and the #1 rated sports show amongst Black families.
Is older than 1982. Yeah.
There you go. If your mom and daddy was born before 1982, this is the show.
We're the #1 morning sports show on YouTube. If you got an uncle that's younger than you,
there you go. There you go. If your mama ever drove an Oldsmobile or a Ford Fiesta, this show is for you. That's what I'm trying to say.
If you ever been in the meat section of Piggly Wiggly, walking and your flip flop stuck to the floor, you had to go back and get it.
That's the #1 show for you. Where you come for the sports,
and you get the bullshit.
For everything else.
Come for the sports, stay for the bullshit.
Crazy boy.
Bull-ish, Unc. You got to say bull-ish.
You know I want for Christmas, Dukes. It's early, but I'll tell you what I want for Christmas.
What's that?
You can start working on it.
Oh,
I want a little Chico doll by Yay Big.
What?
Yeah.
Paul.
With a string in his back. And
Come on now, dog.
It say Chico shit. You know, I just
Let us say it.
Just outlandish.
Oh, now.
Got a story to tell.
Yeah, he put it. You put it straight. Hey, y'all, let me tell you about that one time.
He's scared.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's scared.
And then he looked to the side like he talking to somebody.
Yeah. Hey, that'll be hard. I think it'll sell.
That'll be hard. That'll sell. Yeah, like that Master P doll or that MC Hammer doll back in the day.
Remember those? I got a little Prime, but I want a little Chico.
That's all, man. We're gonna work on it.
Does it come with it?
We're gonna work on it.
Got to get that on its own. Dukes, what do you feel about Master P becoming a head of basketball operations at University of New Orleans? You about it?
It's hard. Shout out to P. Like, yeah.
Do you think that's going to bring some difference to their basketball program? You know, I know all of this, in my opinion, starts with Coach Prime. Coach Prime never goes to Jackson State, does what he does. You don't see all these guys, the Michael Vick, shout out to them, Michael Vick, Deshaun Jackson. Hell, what's my guy? Hugh. Coach Hugh, who went down to Grambling. I don't even think you see stuff like that happening
Exactly.
if Coach
Yeah, I
Prime
think
doesn't do it.
you at Georgia State with Dale McGee right now too.
Yeah. So, what do you think about that impact that Coach Prime has brought to college football, and how do you think, or college sports period, and how do you think Master P will impact the New Orleans program?
I mean, I think social currency is at an all-time high. So
Yes,
when you
sir.
look at what as far as the magnifying glass they can bring to that program, the fact that we talking about it, there is no other way that we would probably be talking about that team right now if it went for P. So shout out to P, man. One of the only people you gotta, I mean, actually, really, we talk about athletes and rappers, but the man actually laced them up. You look at what his kids. So he understands the game. He had 3 kids that got recruited. One of them is really special. Playing for national championship contender at Houston. Yeah. So there's someone with some experience and who can bring that magnifying glass to the program. And in this day of NIL, is all about social currency. So I think he could bring. If I was to say anything, it's going to be hard for me to speak on this cachet as far as basketball wise, but definitely, I think as far as someone who can bring that light to the program, he's definitely going to be successful. And I think, and shout out to P, man. Like I said, like shout out to P.
Shout out to P, man.
Yeah, man. And doing it at home too, man. Like that's just huge for the city, for him. The mayor of New Orleans, Mayor Cantrell, already appointed him like an ambassador, chairman of like tourism and bringing folks back home, that kind of thing. Shout out to him. Another shout out, man. Shout out to Miss Dawn Duncan with that cornbread and crackling comment. Chico, I don't know if y'all got to see it in chat. I did a show with Tolly Carr, and during the show, this brother cooked some cornbread.
Amazing show. Great job. Keep coming back.
I was giving him tips on how to be a fat boy. I was like, man, look, you see that pork skin you got? You take some cornbread and stuff it off in there. That man almost had an orgasm on the screen.
Boy, it's crazy.
But I say anything.
Y'all eat hot water.
We're gonna make a shirt that says for Unc. This was from last night. Unc, I saw in the comments. I forgot to say it. We'll make a shirt that says "I got 40," FAWTY. Somebody said Unc need a shirt like that. I got 40.
The number 60 now.
Number 60? Who took it up? You took it up, dude?
Yeah, he be.
The YNs took it up.
I'm just telling you what the word in the street is. They say it's 60 now.
Man, inflation is a mug.
I keep my ear to the street.
Eggs went up. Cat got to go up too. As long as y'all ain't taking Cat, I'm all for it.
Don't take Cat in the chat.
Hey, look, they heard me. I say, hey, y'all eat hot water cornbread?
Hot water
cornbread. I ain't cooked it, but I'd have had it.
Yeah.
I heard of it before, but I don't even know if I had it or not, because they could have been cooking hot water cornbread.
Hey, I'm trying to say y'all case this year, she gonna send y'all a batch of hot water cornbread too. She made the best.
Man, don't be threatening me with a good time.
Shout out to I'm trying to smile out and be here. My sister can make it too. Shout out to Deb. My sister can cook for real now. My sister can make anything. Shout out to Cheryl. Her name Deb Shea, and shout out to Cheryl. She can cook anything.
Deb Shea. What about Regina, your sister too, right? Shout out to Regina. Regina too.
Hey man, Regina. She can cook. She how can I put it? She like to buy stuff.
She come over. She buy stuff and she eat. That's what she do.
Yeah, she got the house. That's what we kick.
She provide the house and the pots and the pans and the gas and stuff like that. I got you.
Oh, there she go right there. What's up, Gina? She said, I'm here.
She just came in. Oh, there she go. Gina Dukes. Oh, now.
What do, Gina Dukes?
Yeah, man.
Hey, cool out, Big Pit. Hey, Gina Dukes, run, Big Pit in here. He shooting anything running, baby. He a sniper.
Oh man. You know what, Unc? I'm sorry. I know Unc we want to get off here at 59 minutes. I didn't even, man, we had 113, Unc. Unbelievable.
Hey, Big Pit, whatever it is, they talking about shooting. Right now, that if she can't do nothing else, Gina Dukes can shoot. And she keep it on her. We open carry state. It's on her right now.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw a girl carrying a gun was in the ATL.
Well, you better.
I'm telling you, I was like, oh, damn.
You want to tell us where was you?
I really don't want to tell y'all that story, but since you asked me, I might as well go ahead and no, just man.
we come on with it, Chico.
No, I just I just saw. How can I put it? I just met some people while they're on a trip, and
What you was that again?
we was in the A.
I bet.
Very vague. We was in the A, and
Mhm.
long story short, somehow the ladies went into their purse, and I don't know whether I saw it or she pulled. I think I saw it or she moved it or something. I was like, girl, where you going with the pistol? We ain't about to do that to you. What you talking about? Matter of fact, I'm finna go. No, we just got to carry it here in the ATL. You know, da da da. You know, I'm like, damn, that's tough right there.
You had never
You know what I'm
seen it?
At that time, no,
Yeah.
not at all. It was surprising to me to see a young woman like that with carrying a pistol. You know, it probably has been around me, but I just never seen it
Right.
at that time from such a young lady who was unassuming.
I wish you would have seen the day you broke that church one. You might would have broke but one of them instead of two had somebody been
See,
packing.
we almost made it, Unc. You had to ask. You had to ask Chico. See, Jasmine. Oh, now Jazz is Jasmine in the ATL?
Jasmine is in the ATL.
See, she probably got one too. It's probably a requirement in the ATL, dog. How they what? Yeah, Dukes. Yeah, I got my makeup, I got my eyelashes, and I got my pistol.
Yeah.
She ain't playing. They ain't playing in those what you call those? What purses they carry nowadays? MK purses or LV purses or Coach or Gucci? My mama had a Coach. I'm just messing with y'all, man.
It was COCH. It wasn't no A.
She had an assistant coach.
Yeah.
Where you come with this special teams coach purse, man?
Hey, dude.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
I think we had to go once again. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in to the morning run. It is your man Dukes to School. It is Big Dog Chico. I'm Neely from the Pregame Network. We've been at an hour 16 now. You can catch us again Wednesday and Friday with the morning run, but don't not forget Tuesday night, tomorrow night, we're coming live. Myself and Dukes to Scoop with the Big Dog on production. You tell me.
I'll be off camera. So, you know. And matter of fact, this is the best damn sports show you can find on the internet with Philip Dukes, Uncle Neely, and Big Dog Chico coming to you live and direct. Y'all know what to do. Get in the comment section, hit the like, subscribe, and all the other good stuff. Oh, why are you smiling? Oh.
I'm laughing at sightseeing, man, because he said, you better get him back. You better get him back. You better get him back.
Yeah, crazy, man.
And I told Michael, I said, you better get him back.
Hey, man, I'll tell you something, dog. Magic Johnson gonna whoop your ass here. He goes straight up still on you. And I'm gonna go.
I saw that stuff you was doing.
Chico, I would say, oh, you better get him back.
You better get him back.
Oh man.
Man.
All right, let me see if I can say this.
Best show amongst people who wear black forces.
This is the best show for people who have ever eaten grits, bacon, and eggs in the morning.
Hold on.
What is this?
Kevin Dorsey got a comment. Put that on screen. Who you talking to?
You still never addressed flying her out either. He's talking about you, Dukes. Probably.
No, he talking about you, Chico.
Ash, why you Ash? What is he talking about? I don't know what they talking about at Ocho. I don't know what they talking about.
Chico,
fly out. Y'all trying to get me on the Diddy charge, dog. you know, Boosie did say this real quick. Boosie said on Vlad TV the other day. He said, "Man, listen, man. I think the Fed's trying to get everybody, dog. I think they trying to get everybody, dog." Boosie said basically that the Feds, if they take down Diddy, they're gonna be coming for all of the celebrities who have ever flown somebody out. And y'all know that people fly people out for whatever reasons. It's damn near part of the hip hop culture.
Chico,
in the music game.
Chico, he said the question from last night.
You own that, ain't it, dude?
Better get him back.
Yo, that's what they do. Hey man, people say that's the end of the show, so we're gonna do it like that. Y'all know what to do. With the pivot, shout out to the pivot.
Man, she gonna finally drop the stuff. All right, I'll let it be, man. We'll talk about it.
Hey, Kevin Dorothy, tune in to You Tell Me tomorrow night, and I'll make sure one of the questions is you tell me who Chico been fluid out.
Been fluid. Big Birkin bag in the okay. All right, we're gonna get up and about this thing. We appreciate y'all joining in. Y'all know what to do. Y'all know what to do. That's what them girls be telling you when they be chased. Don't run, big girl. Don't. Oh, my bad. Y'all know what to do, man.
But hey, man, get
from
on
the
here, bro.
East Coast or the West Coast,
YouTube, Chico.
wherever you checking in from, Pineapple to the Big Apple. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages,
get off.
You guys know what to do right now. Hit the like, subscribe, comment. And until next time, we're going to be up and about this thing. Peace in the Middle East. Yeah.